All right, everybody. Hello. Welcome back to the H&M show. I am here with Henley, the other half of H&M, and today we are going to be talking all about social media. Now, my first question for Henley is what is your favorite part about social media? It can be in general or it can be about a specific platform.
I think my favorite part of social media as a whole is that you get to be exposed and expose different issues and topics more freely and widely than you used to, because you used to only be able to stick it through some newspaper, but then that would mean it would have to go through a bunch of people, and if those people disapproved of it, then it wouldn't go out. So this way more people's voices are being heard than in prior years, centuries. I don't know how that works. But that's what I love about social media, is just more people get their voices out there and heard.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I would have to say my favorite part of social media is probably just staying connected with people. And this applies more to friends than following influencers or whatever. But you can keep up with people through it and just know what's going on in your friend's life if they use it. But I just think it's kind of cool that you can go on a platform and just kind of you can find an old friend through social media that you never otherwise probably would have been able to connect to again, and I think that's pretty cool.
For sure.
And I also agree with what you said with people's voices getting heard. That is a really awesome thing about social media, is the ease of putting your opinion on the internet, or putting your voice out there and having people hear what you have to say. That's really awesome. Can also be harmful in some scenarios, but it's also a really good thing. It's a double-edged sword.
Yes, for sure.
Which leads me to my next question, which is, what is your least favorite thing about social media?
The same thing. Everyone's voices can be heard, so even if their voice is factually false, their voice is getting spread, so then false facts are getting spread, and that can be harmful to many gullible people such as myself, where I will believe a lot of what I see, and I'm too lazy to do the research for myself most of the time. So that's something that I think can harm a lot of people. And then you have the extremists that will share their opinions and thoughts that are harmful to different populations of people, different statuses of people, different ranges of people in general, and that can be harmful to the people that they are slandering and things like that.
Yeah, that's definitely true, and I definitely agree. And I would definitely agree that my least favorite part is just the hate in general that comes along with, like you said, with everybody's voices being heard, which is definitely, like I said before, a double-edged sword. All the hate is probably my least favorite part. I agree with you.
I definitely think that with the ability to spread hate, you also have and you have your phone at your fingertip. So if you ever if you ever see something and you disagree with it, or you don't like the person, you can say whatever you want to say. And yeah, you might be able to kind of take it back, but you still put it out into the earth, and the people get to see the hate that you put out, and be it an accident, or you say something wrong because you didn't give your thought process enough time to think through what you want to say and things like that. It can also be harmful because you can just put it out there in the moment.
Yeah, and you can definitely also spread positivity on the internet really just as easily as you can spread hate on the internet and on social media. And I think sometimes we forget that even if you delete a comment or whatever, nothing that you put out on the internet or on social media or you say on social media, and none of it ever goes away forever. It's never just disappears. And it seems to me that people tend to be a lot bolder when they're hiding behind a screen than when they're face to face. People will say something on social media that they would never say to somebody's face.
Yes.
My next question is, what is your favorite social media platform?
That's a hard one, because I like so many of them for different reasons. I love Pinterest because it's unproblematic and it's very well organized, and it's very aesthetic and very calming. I love Instagram because I feel like it's an easy way for me to share my photos and talk to my friends at the same time. I have most of my group chats on Instagram because like if your friend doesn't have, like I have an iPhone and if my friend has an Android, sometimes the messages don't go through, so I find it easiest to send them through Instagram or Google Hangouts, but that's not a social media platform. Michaela with her Android, but
excuse me, I always get your message perfectly. You're the one that can never understand my messages. I always get your messages perfectly.
Yeah, I shouldn't like throw fingers or fists unless I'm ready for the rebound. I would say I like Instagram because I feel like I get to express myself more, but I do find Instagram a bit harder to use if you properly like scroll and follow people, because if you set up your feed in specific ways, you get to see all of these, like if you're a dancer and you have your For You page being just dancers, then you get to see all these people who are perfect with what they post, because you get to choose what you post. You get to pick the prettiest shot and things like that, and so you see all these models then they look how you want to look or something, and that can be hard. I like Twitter because it's funny, but it's also very problematic depending on what side of Twitter you're on. And then I like TikTok, but it also depends on what side of TikTok you get on, and it's really hard because sometimes if you like one video, like a few days ago, like I went through and liked this bunch of cute dog pictures. My entire For You page on my personal TikTok account is just dogs now, which I don't mind because I love dogs, but sometimes I don't want to see only dogs. But yeah, I think that's all the social media I have. I don't use Snapchat. I think Snapchat's absolutely stupid. I love the filters on Snapchat, but that's about it.
Do you not consider YouTube to be social media?
Yes and no. But if I had to pick like my favorite and YouTube was an option, yes.
So you told me why you love all of them and why you don't like all of them, but which one is your favorite?
I'd say
I'm making you pick.
if YouTube counts, then YouTube. If YouTube doesn't count, then for my personal growth and gain, it would be Instagram. But then for my own funnies and ha-has and following and keeping track of other people, I would pick Twitter.
Okay, yeah. That makes sense. I really do not like Twitter. It bothers me. For me, the reason I say that is not really about what people say on Twitter, because I haven't spent enough time on Twitter to speak to that. I just hate how Twitter works. It's so, like, to my brain, it is a hot mess.
That's me with Facebook.
It's so hard to, like, I don't know. I don't like the like, user interface. I don't like it. But, you know, you can't make everybody happy.
Yeah.
My favorite would probably be TikTok or YouTube. I find TikTok the funniest, and I spend the most time on YouTube, and I find YouTube the most enjoyable. Yeah. What is your least favorite social media platform?
I would say my least favorite social media platform would be Snapchat, because I don't use it at all. But then also Facebook, because I think it's stupid.
Yeah, I have like me and Facebook do not get along. I've tried to create a Facebook account 3 times, and every single time I've tried it, I get banned before I even get to log into my account for the first time. They're like, your account has violated community guidelines. And I like make an appeal, and they're like, sorry, nothing we can do about it. And I can never seem to get Facebook. Yeah, it is weird. I can't seem to get Facebook to work for me. My other one that may be my least favorite is probably Twitter, just because I don't use Twitter, and I hate how Twitter is laid out. I hate it. It does not work for me. I think it is confusing, and it feels like, maybe not confusing, but it feels very unorganized to me, which just like bothers me for some reason. I do like the funny like tweets that people make. Those are fun.
That's fair.
My next question, and my final question, is what social media platform do you think has the most potential? And you can give separate answers, but either for like the potential of the app in its entirety to grow, the potential to make you the most money, or the potential to help you like your account grow, or like stuff like that.
I would say Instagram. And I say that because they themselves seem to strive to be the most inclusive and most diverse, which also can come and bite them in the butt because they're trying to do so many things at once. But I definitely think like the team themselves is very driven to like give everyone everything that they want. Other social medias are just like kind of one train of thought and that's it. But like Instagram has a lot of different things.
Yeah, that's definitely true. I totally agree. I'm not really sure in terms of like in total like which app has the most potential, but in terms of growing, I think TikTok has the most potential in order to like for you to grow your account. I think it's easiest to grow on TikTok. As far as money goes, I think you have the potential to make the most money on YouTube, because I know like the TikTok creator fund does not pay much, and I really know nothing about Instagram. You only really get money from brand deals. So like YouTube, I think if you're like just out of like the in-platform money that you can make, so like YouTube's AdSense or like TikTok's creator fund, I think you can definitely make the most off of YouTube's. And then once you add like brand deals and stuff on top of that, and then like affiliate marketing and all that kind of stuff, I think that you could definitely make the most on YouTube, would be my opinion on it. All right, well, thank you guys so much for watching or listening, and if you liked this episode, please be sure to subscribe to my channel, right down there, and leave a comment on what you think about what we talked about. What's your favorite social media app? What's your least favorite? Which one do you think has the most potential? I would love to hear your thought. Please be sure to go follow Henley on all of her social medias. She has a bunch of them. I'll just leave all of her links below. I'm not gonna list them all off. And yeah, please be sure to go check us out if you're on YouTube. Check us out on Spotify if you want to hear more episodes, or go check out the other episodes on each of our channels. I think I covered everything. Yeah, I think I covered everything. Thank you for watching, and yeah, see you next time. Bye!
Bye!